Here's how you can get started selling on Amazon in 2025. Hi, my name is Dan. I've been selling for 10 years. Let's go. You're going to go to sell.amazon.com. Looks like this. You're going to sign up for an account. Just do the professional one. They're going to ask you for a driver's license, a bank statement, credit card, just that kind of stuff. It'll take 2 to 3 business days to get your account set up. You do not need an LLC. You can just do this with a driver's license and a social security number. An LLC is nice, and you can also add it later if you want to. Once your account is set up, you're going to get the Amazon Seller app. It's the URL. Just download it for Apple or Android. Once you have this app right there in the middle, you do not need anything else. Some of these other apps are helpful, but that's what you need. Once the app is set up, it's going to look something just like this. You can control your whole Amazon store via this app, and you can research products and list them from this app. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to listing and then add a product. Once we get here, we're going to go to product image and then click the scan barcode button. Now you might say, Dan, I don't have anything to sell. You probably do. Let me show you. You see those back there? Those are books. When you start selling on Amazon, there are certain categories and products that you are allowed to sell as a beginner. And used books is one of them. They're never going to be, well, I've said this in the past, they're never going to be great moneymakers. I've been proved wrong on that, but they're a great way for you to get your first sales and just learn how to use the app. And then once you've done that, you can go from there. So let me show you some examples. You're going to want to go through and scan each book one by one. And by scan, I mean, let's just take as an example this guy right here. It's got a barcode, you see? It's that first number starting with the 9780 and then ending in 725. So I will just show you here. Doing this live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to use the Amazon Seller app. And boom, there it is. Okay, this one requires approval. You're going to run into that as a new seller. Let's see what this is asking for. And then you can sell this product in the following conditions. Used, collectible. You will need approval to sell William Barrow mandated blah, 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 collectible books in new conditions. So this is used, however. So we're just going to click that. And boom. Okay, so we can look at the competition for this particular book and see that it's selling used for $3.34 plus $3.99 shipping. So that's like $7.33 or something like that. So I'd probably just list this for like $7. I'm going to put a quantity of 1. If I can type with one hand, there we go. And then I'm just going to list it for $7. And then I'm also going to make sure the shipping is free. So I'm not going to have a shipping cost. I'm just going to sell this thing for $7. And the cost of the shipping label is going to come out of the money that I'm charging. So, and then I'm going to do merchant fulfilled. Boom. And condition. You always want to be a little conservative, but just say it's like used good. And then you go from there. Save and finish, and then the item will be listed. All right, I did not think that the first book that I would go to grab would work, but it did. So it just goes to show you that this works in 2025. And books are a great way to get started because they're cheap. You can get them at thrift stores, and a thrift store is a great way to just get your first couple products listed. Also, just some other categories that you can sell as a beginner in case you don't have access to books. Used electronics. Office equipment, office products, tools, sports, home improvement, musical instruments, kitchen, and a couple other things. There's a whole list out there. You can Google them. People have done plenty of blog posts about it. But anyway, this is just an example of what it's like to list your first product. So once you've accomplished that, you've got your account set up, you've listed your first product, now what? Because I've been selling for 10 years, making my full-time income off of selling on Amazon, and I only did this at the very beginning. So how do you turn this into a full-time income? Free Facebook groups. That's how I did it, and that's the same opportunity I'm giving you. I I literally never got a coach or bought a course. I did buy a book. Let me show it to you, actually. This was the book that helped me start selling on Amazon. It's the last time it was updated was in 2020, so it's not necessarily the most relevant. But Chris Green, to his credit, used to have a Facebook group that I used. And so what I've done is I've created a Facebook group, and all I would do is every time I had a problem, I would go to that Facebook group and I would search for answers to the questions that I had, or I would post the question and I would have other people help me. Eventually, I did meet a mentor out of that, but not for the first long while. I was able to make about $20,000 net profit my first year while I was full-time in school, just by using a Facebook group to get my questions answered. And yeah, so let me show you that. This is it right here. I'll show you where you can find it. If you swipe over to my TikTok profile and go to my link tree, you're gonna have a link just like that. That'll take you right to the Facebook group. And then once you're in, you can get help with getting gated, selling products, how to do your first listings, just anything you need at all. There's tons of posts in here. You're welcome to search the group as well. And if you can't find your answer, just make sure you leave a post, and I usually comment on everything, along with a couple other sellers. So if you are trying to take that first step into the unknown, to run your own business, to make extra income on the side, to sell on Amazon, this is your encouragement to do that today. Everything I've just told you basically costs you almost nothing. And the only thing you have to do is make that commitment to yourself and take action. I will see you on the other side.